In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to create a lead generation machine for your dryer vent cleaning business. Now, this is the exact same setup that I use for all of my dryer vent cleaning clients. And if you stick around to the end, I'm also going to show you the automations that we use to help those people close more of those leads that are incoming so you don't miss any opportunities. As usual, our starting point is going to be the Facebook Ads Manager. This is where all your ads are going to be created and everything's going to be managed. And if you don't know how to get here, it's super simple. All you have to do is log on to your Facebook profile. This is not your business page. The Facebook profile is where you share pictures of your kids, your cats, your dogs. So from the left hand pane here under your profile picture, you're going to have a list of items, and one of those items is going to say Ads Manager. When you click on the Ads Manager, it's going to take you to this section here where you can create your ads. Now, from the Facebook Ads Manager, what you want to do to create your first ad is click on this green button that says Create. This is going to open the Facebook Ads objective. Now, there are several objectives that could work for creating successful ads. The one that we are using in this video is going to be the lead generation objective. What you're going to want to do is click Next, and if you get prompted to allow Facebook's recommended settings, do not click those. Okay, we want to have manual control over everything so we can set our proper targeting and our proper settings within our ad. Now, the next step is to simply take a look at the campaign level, which Facebook will bring you to, and we want to just name this something that makes sense. In this case, I'm going to be setting up a campaign for a dryer vent cleaning company here in Houston. What I want to do here from this point on is I want to uncheck a few things. I don't want advantage budget on. I don't want to be able to split test anything in here. I just want a very simple campaign that I could set up and start to generate leads for my business this week. The next step is actually going to be in the lead ad set. So you're going to click from the left hand pane and you're going to navigate to the ad set level. This is going to be where your audience is going to be set, where your budget's going to be set, where targeting is going to be set, along with a few other items that will affect deliverability of your campaign. Now, under the conversion section, the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I've got instant forms on. And if this is your first time running instant form campaigns, you're going to want to come to this to the section that says Facebook's lead term service, and you're going to want to accept it. Rather than saying view terms, for you it's going to say accept this. Make sure you click on that, you view the terms of service, and you accept it. Next, you're going to come down to the budget and scheduling section where you're actually going to plug in, whatever budget it is that you want to start with. Next, you're going to come to audience control, and this is where you're going to plug in the location that you want to run ads in. Obviously, it does not make sense for you to be running ads in the entire United States. So if I'm running ads specifically in Houston or in a specific service area, I'm just going to pick that service area that I want to run my ads to. And the other thing you can do here is adjust your mile radius. Maybe you don't cover an entire city. Maybe you cover certain zip codes. Maybe you cover certain counties. You want to plug that in here as well, just to make sure that the quality of the leads that you're getting and the service area are in line with where you cover as far as service goes. The next section is going to be the age and basically demographic area. So you'll want to select the proper age group. Just know that 18-year-olds are typically not out here buying dryer vent cleaning services for their houses. So you want to look at previous data that you have. You want to look at your past customers to see what the average age of your consumer is, and then you can select it from this list so that you can only target those people who are most likely to purchase your stuff. Same applies for things like language and gender. So if you notice in the past that you've got an audience that's predominantly females that are calling you for dryer vent cleaning services, you'll want to adjust this accordingly. The next thing you're going to want to adjust is going to be placements. Under placements, basically this is going to be where you want your ads to show. And to be quite frank with you, if you are running both Instagram and Facebook ads, you need to split these apart. Those are two completely separate platforms that the behavior of those platforms for people are a little bit different. Instagram is more of a visual platform, where Facebook is more of a you can have different types of elements in here. The other thing you're allowed to choose in here is going to be where you want your ads to run. So if you just want your ads to run in the news feed, then you can select that. If you just want your ads to run in the marketplace or in other places, where Facebook has control, you can select where you want your ads to run in this location. Once you do this, come back up to the top and just give this a name that makes sense. I like to label this with the settings that I chose. So if I chose, male and female, I'll type in male and female. If I chose that my audience is 28-year-olds and above, I'll type in 28-year-olds and above. If I chose that I'm running this in Houston, I will type in Houston. This at a glance allows me to see the campaigns that I'm running and allows me to see what options I chose so that I can tell real quick whether something is working or which campaigns are failing or whatnot. Next, from the left hand pane, you're going to click on the new lead ad set, and this is where your creative and your ad copy is going to be set up, as well as the form that's going to be the intake form that you can gather quote information from. So from here, come down to the ad setup, and I want to make sure that create an ad is what's selected there, and then I'm going to choose single image or video. Once you make sure these options are selected in here, go to Add Creative, and this is where you're actually going to add your image or your video. And if you have an image, great, add it. If you have a video, also great. I'm going to just use an image that I've got here for the sake of this demo. From the media library, I'm just going to select an image that I have, and I want to just look it over and make sure that things are sized properly, and that this is what I want to use. Again, you can use a video if you like. You're not, bound by just static images. Once you choose that image, it's going to bring you back to the ad creation area. You'll be able to see your image in here. Now, what we need to do is make sure that you add your copy, your headline, and a short description if you want to. So now that I have my primary text in here, my offer, my copy, and I have my headline, right inserted in here, I'm going to go down and make sure that my call to action actually matches what I tell people to do. So if I'm telling them to click here for a quote, then I want to make sure that I either click get quote, get offer, learn more, whichever one suits your needs in here. Once the call to action is created, the next thing is going to be to build out an actual form. This is going to be a form that you are going to use to collect basically lead information. From here, what you want to do is click on create new form. And the create form wizard basically pops up, and what you want to do here is give it a little descriptor in here under form intro. You can put whatever you want in here. I typically choose more volume. You can go down the list in here and click on intro. I leave it alone with the background image that it comes with, and I just put whatever I want people to see right when they open the form. Next thing is going to be custom questions. Facebook is going to automatically pre-fill the user data on these forms, but a bit of advice for you is not to leave these forms blank exactly like this, because if you do this, people might submit this form by accident. And this is why there's a lot of folks out there who say, well, I've ran Facebook ads before, I've ran lead ads before, and it's just very low quality leads. And the reason for that is because they're leaving this alone, and people are making a mistake by clicking through thinking they're closing the form. What you want to do is ask custom questions in here. Facebook gives you an option to add either multiple choice questions or short answer questions, and these are questions that they are going to have to fill out themselves and answer, take an action before they can even move on to the next step. So one of them might be something like, how soon are they looking to get this done, right? How soon are they looking to get this done? And you can say something like, today, next week, in 30 days, in 6 months, whatever the thing is. And it's a good idea to add a few other questions in here just to make sure that people are serious when they're submitting this information. Now, before we finish building out this form, I do want to mention that I have a workshop specifically for dryer vent cleaning guys. The reason for this is because I've been hit up a lot recently with companies either starting to grow their dryer vent cleaning business or those guys who are starting to jump into the dryer vent cleaning business. So I decided to put a mini workshop together that walks you through this entire process in more detail, including giving you variations of the copy that I use for a lot of the people that we're running ads for. Obviously, it won't have their information, but I give you the template to use for your vent cleaning business. I give you the type of creatives that are working, along with a deep dive on how to set this up properly from the very beginning. In addition to that, I'm also going to give you the automations that I'm going to show you at the end of this video that are going to help you close more of the deals that come through these ads. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a link in the description of this video. Feel free to check it out, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Now, back to this. Now, the next step for this is going to be private policy. You're going to want to make sure that you have a website with a private policy. And if you don't have a private policy on your website, you need to go get one. Okay, there's a lot of free private policy generators out there that you can use on Google. If you decide to purchase the mini workshop, I include a private policy in there that you can use with the automation setup. Okay, once the private policy is in place in here, you're going to want to go to message for leads. This is what people are actually going to see after they submit their information. Now, you don't want to just leave it blank and say thank you and then just, let it, because at this point you have their undivided attention. So you want to let them know what the next step is. If the next step is for them to call you, for them to book an appointment to speak to you, or they're going to get a text or something like that, you're going to want to let people know. Once you're done with this process, go ahead and click on create form, and then you'll see the live form in the list of forms. You can select it. And your ad is pretty much complete. The final step for the ad creation process is going to be clicking publish. Now, what you want to do is click this green publish button. This is going to go to Facebook, making sure that you're not breaking any terms of service. They're going to review it, and if they approve it, your ad should start running. Now, typically, we start to see results within a week of running these ads. We start to see leads and interactions come in. Now, what I'm about to show you is really what happens once somebody becomes a lead, and how we handle that on the back end with automations to increase the number of jobs that these ads generate. Now, in order to make this process work, we connect with High Level. This is the tool that we use to help power all the automations. Now, inside of High Level, we have a custom built bot that basically connects to ChatGPT, and then brings all the information in here, and it has conversations on your behalf with people that you can train in. Now, in my mini workshop, I give you access to the snapshot along with the prompting and everything else that you see in here, so that you can get started from the very beginning if you choose to use this. Now, again, it's not required, but I use it for all of my clients because it just makes life easy, and it allows for us to convert and help them with conversions. Now, let me walk you through a real life example of how this works. When somebody sees your Facebook ad, a form is going to pop up asking for all the details that we asked for, right? This is the form that you just created. It's going to have the questions that you created, the custom questions, along with their phone number, name, email address. You can ask for zip code, you can ask for address, you can ask for a bunch of things. Typically, these fields are pre-filled by Facebook, and this is the exact same process that a lead is going to go through when they submit information. So if I am a consumer looking at this ad and I decide to inquire about a quote, this is what I would be going through on my phone, right? Basically, I would answer your questions and I would say, yes, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this to happen this week. My name, my last name, my email address will be in here, and then my phone number. Now, I'm going to enter my phone number and then submit. Once I click submit, it's going to ask me if I'm sure that this is what I really want, and I click submit right there. Now, what happens here on the High Level side is that you're going to see the automation take place. Now, if I refresh this here, you'll see a lead come through, and you'll see the conversations that the system is going to have with this lead. There it is right here. And the whole goal of this bot is to help you close more deals, because as a small business owner, one of the biggest problems that you have is that you're busy on a job site. You may be dealing with a customer, you may be dealing with family, and as leads come in, you just simply cannot get to those leads fast enough. That's literally the reason that some people can close a lot of deals and others can't, is because they just can't reach out to them fast enough. Now, you can see that this message went out from the system. Hey, Armando, I am Amy with Dryer Vent Cleaners of Houston. Thank you for reaching out to us. Do I need a dryer vent? Now, I just on my phone received a text message from the system with this here. And I can respond as a consumer 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A lot of these leads can come in after hours. A lot of these leads can come in at 1 a.m. And the system is designed to help guide that lead to book a call with you. A 15-minute conversation where you can provide a quote, because most small business owners, once they get on the phone with somebody, they could probably close those deals, right? So I'm going to say, yep, that's me. You just texted me, and you can kind of see the conversation that's happening right here in real time. I said yes. So then at this point, the bot should recognize this and proceed to ask me a few questions. When was the last time that you had your dryer vents cleaned? And I'm just going to say, Honestly, I've never had them clean before, and I can ask. I can respond however I want in here. I can even go off topic, and the bot is designed to bring me back into the business flow, right? So, got it. How soon are you looking to get this done? I can say something like, well, how much is it? First of all, I want to know how much it is, how much it's going to cost. And we can program this to provide a price. We can program this to, say we don't provide a quote. In this case, it's not going to provide a price until we get on a call. So it responds back with, we provide estimates over a quick call to ensure accuracy. Do you want to schedule, right? If I go ahead and say yes, no problem. I like to go ahead and schedule a quick conversation with you. It's going to connect and find in the system the next available slots. Now I can tell it, hey, I don't want you to book anybody the same day because I might be busy. I want you to give me at least an hour, if somebody wants to have that conversation, because I might be busy right now if they say right now, right? So it's asking me what day. I can say something like, tomorrow. Tomorrow is fine. And it's going to go and check these times and provide some timing for me. It's asking me if I want, morning or afternoon appointments. I'm just going to say, morning appointments are good for me. And then it's going to give me some times that might work, right? So it's got tomorrow at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. available. I can say 10:30. And if for whatever reason that doesn't work for me, I can always come back and say that doesn't work, man. Like, do you have any 11 o'clock? Do you have a 12 o'clock? And it'll go back and check the calendar and see if it can accommodate me. So there you have it. Right now, the appointment is booked without the customers, without the business owner, the interaction. Of course, there are some things that I do want to make sure that you guys are clear on when it comes to this stuff. Expectations, right? The moment you respond, if I was the business owner and I see this coming through and I intervene and I respond, well, guess what? The bot backs off because it understands that a human responded, and now you take over that conversation, right? This system is not designed to replace a sales process. It is designed to fill the gap, right? Again, most businesses are losing their shirts off because they cannot get to people in time. It's virtually impossible. Let's say a lead comes in right now and you're talking to them, and then another person, calls you on the phone, and then 2 calls come in within 5 minutes and you're still on the phone with this person. You're going to miss those calls. And we see the data that shows us that even when you can't respond to these people within 5 minutes, it's like 90% or something like that, the chances of you losing them. And this is what we've set up in here. So if you guys have any questions at all about this or how this works, please leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get to you guys. And if you want to check out the dryer vent cleaning business workshop, you can pick that up. Okay, you can go ahead and there's a link in the description of this video. You can go ahead and pick it up. It'll walk you through a more depth setup of the Facebook ads, give you the ad copy, give you the type of creative that you need in order to run your ad successfully, and even give you the automations that you can plug into your system if you choose to use high level as the back end. Also, if this was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.